Boruto episode 107, The Dog and Cat War. So this, of course, is the second part of the Steam Ninja Scrolls, which obviously I'm not going to be saying that every single time. I just don't want to bother with that, so that's why I just went with the cat and dog thing. But it was a good episode. I still think I liked the last one a little bit more, probably because it was a little bit funnier with Kakashi, and also this episode didn't really add that much to. I feel like the last episode they did a little bit better of a job compared to this one, where it was like, okay, this one they waited till the end and it was like, oh, surprise, surprise, Mirai is both of her parents because it was just total happenstance, but she uses a lighter, and Kakashi's like, that was kind of Asuma's trademark, so both of your parents are within you. I was like, okay, that's cool. And it seems, I figured that was going to be the thing. And even in the promo, they have her with both of the blades that he used to use. So we'll get to see that in the next episode. Who knows if she'll really mix that with the chakra or if we'll just see her fight with it the first time and then, that develops over time. But, it's like, okay, it's an okay episode. Really, the ending was the most entertaining part. Like, they go to the village and it's like, all right, well, it's this crazy war. They tell the story about the dog. Then they're about to tell the story about the cat, but of course it's the same thing. They find out that Kiba's actually there, and he's there with his girlfriend, who's more of a cat person. He's, of course, more of a dog person. So they have their battle, and Mariah's like taking, kind of doing a little bit what she did in the last episode, where it's like, okay, I have to basically build up this mission and get them back together so that things kind of work out, and basically so that she can take a bath, and that's pretty much it. Which I feel like that's the only thing that connects the whole Steam Ninja Scroll stuff, because I'm like, I don't get where the Steam thing comes from outside of the fact that so far she's just referenced not having clothes, and in the next episode she actually gets to go to a bathhouse. So I'm like, I don't know why they chose like Steam Ninja Scrolls and stuff like that. I guess it's because they're in the land of Steam. So I guess that's it technically, but I was like, why'd they name it that? So I think that's it technically, but yeah, like I said, it wasn't that much of an episode. For some reason, I just enjoyed the last one. I think it was funnier with Kakashi. This one was funny at the end. Like I said, the ending was the best part because it was like, okay, it's kind of cool. We get to see her use, a genjutsu technique, or technically she used an actual technique, and she makes like the Nenu spirit or whatever it's called to kind of stop the warring from people who love cats and people who love dogs. I was like, well, that's pretty cool, and it seemed like it's working. And then here comes a guy who apparently can do dynamic entry in a wheelchair, and I was like, I guess it doesn't matter that his leg is broken forever, and because I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, he actually used the broken leg. I might actually need to check that out really quick because I don't remember, but I was like, it's pretty interesting that that's how that ended up going, because I'm like, okay, she's going through, everyone is totally falling for it because of course they believe in these stories, one have cats, one have dogs. So I was like, all right, it seems like it's working out. She's basically calming everything down, she's about to win, and then guy just comes out of nowhere, boom, leaf hurricane, dynamic entry, and that was it. He destroys it. He like breaks down the wall, and then people use that as the same sign where it's like, oh, that was the god of destruction, and then guy was the messenger of the destruction. And I was like, well, I guess that still worked. Everything still worked out like it was supposed to. Mirai never even got busted for the note thing, because that's a classic where like that always fails. But I was like, okay, that didn't, she didn't get busted for that. It was just everything kind of worked out in its own way. And I'm trying to see which leg he did end up using here, because either way it's ridiculous. I mean, the fact that he went through and he did dynamic entry, and it looked like he's dying here too, like where he's in the actual flames. It's insane. Like, it's just a ridiculous scene. Like, 100%, this is ridiculous. Like, the man's in a wheelchair. He wheels super fast. He also launched into the sky, because I'm like, they were on flat ground. I also don't know how he got in the air like that. And I was like, Boruto, I guess. It's Guy. It's not even just Boruto. It's like, Might Guy does some weird stuff. So, him in the wheelchair, and of course it's freezing like right on the effing scene that I can find out what he did. There we go. Let's see. So he's rolling through, does dynamic entry. Okay, it's his non-broken leg, so he's good. He kicks it with his normal leg. Still shouldn't be able to do that in a wheelchair. Like I said, he launches into the sky, which is insane. He's engulfed in flames for like a split second too, and I was like, nothing happens. He destroys the wall, and everyone's like, cool. He's the destruction. He's the messenger of destruction. Everything's done. And that was pretty much the episode. So there really wasn't much to it. Like I said, I enjoyed the last one a little bit more. I like the idea that And they stick with it a bit. You know, Mirai has like her inner bubble. They have like the chibi version of her. It takes me back to like, you know, Sakura and stuff when they have, you know, the inner Sakura. So it's like, it's interesting seeing that with this character because that's not something we've had in the show just yet. So it's a little weird to have, you know, that become an element of the series where it's like, oh, we see the character and we see like the chibi thought bubble version of themselves as well as she goes through this, you know, these processes of what she should and should not say to somebody or like what her next step is going to be. We kind of get to see the inner workings. And I was like, it's okay. It's interesting. I don't think it adds, you know, too much to it. But all in all, it was just like a meh episode. I'm hoping the next one is cool. We get to see Tenten come in. So that seems to be one of the big things where it's like, all right, throwing in Kakashi, throwing in Guy. Mirai is the new character. Older version of Kiba was in this one. Although really nothing happened at all with him. It was just him and his girlfriend. And then next episode we have Tenten and seemingly a haunted hot spring. So I am looking forward to that. Based on the images where we do get to see Mirai, you know, with the I don't know exactly what they're called, but you know, we'll just go with like the two fists or whatever. With that being the case, I guess we'll see some cool action. Hopefully, that's all. Honestly, that's all we can hope for is like some cool action or at least something funny. So we'll see what ends up happening. Guy seems to feel that he saw some ghosts, so he might just be sick and hallucinating. It could be that they're attacked and he was poisoned, you know, little stuff like that. So maybe we'll see some cool action, maybe we won't. But Tenten is in there, so that's nice because she hasn't been in anything since the Chunin exams, and she was behind some TVs, and that's it. I don't think that she has had a single scene that I can even think of where she wasn't, you know, outside of like the tuning and stuff, which was really just all from the movies. The Kids Day thing, because she had the store. So that's really it. She's had like 2 scenes in the entire series, you know, 100+ episodes now. So it'll be nice to see Tenten come in. She'll actually be a part of the story. Maybe, you know, we'll actually get to see her fight. I think that's all we can really hope for. It's just some good action, because I don't think they're going to do too much with this story, especially with how they did the promo, because I was like, all right, this episode felt like super classic filler mode. I felt like the last one was a lot more entertaining. And so with this one, it was like, okay, random dumb cat dog festival or dog cat festival, and then arbitrary, you know, argument between Kiba and a woman that we've never seen before anyway. She may have shown up somewhere. She just totally irrelevant. And then it's just like, okay, nothing happened. They solved the arbitrary problem of a random village that we'll never see again. It's just like, look cool. Like I said, the flaming cat dog mix thing was pretty sweet. Guy doing dynamic entry was insane. But I was like, all right, ending, last little bit, pretty cool. And then, of course, Kakashi being like, you know, you are both of your parents. You mix both those things together, utilizing genjutsu as well as, you know, the lighter and the, you know, the fire technique. So I was like, cool. So we get a little bit of that little bit of build up, which I knew was going to be the case for a character, but hopefully it leads to more entertaining stuff than this, where it was like, cool. The only stuff that I really enjoyed was like the last couple minutes, and everything else was really formulaic, like trying to get 2 people to not argue anymore and then doing the fake note and stuff. It was like the most basic version of that is exactly what we got in this episode. So nothing was super special, but all in all, I'm at least excited for the next one because Tenten is coming in. It seems like it's going to be a fairly tight-knit episode where it really is just the 4 characters and whoever the villain character ends up being, because they're in like the haunted hot springs. So I'm like, all right, I'm at least excited for that. It seems like they're going to keep it short, keep it simple, and it's just going to be the main characters and then whoever the enemy ends up being, or, you know, enemies if it's more than one person. So that's kind of why I'm excited for that. It's not like, oh, this crowd is for this and this crowd is for that, and it's a dumb festival episode. It's like something a bit more intense and actual danger. It could be nothing. Like I said, it could just be that my guy ended up sick and he was hallucinating, but clearly something weird is happening. So it does have me at least a little bit more excited for the next episode compared to what this one was. So those are my thoughts on it. It really wasn't much. It was like an unfortunate downgrade compared to the last episode, which kind of had me excited because I was like, Kakashi was really funny. Just having Kakashi in it is great. Mirai is really cool, and we get a new character, so that's entertaining. And I felt, like I said, they did more with her last time than they even did with this one, because she was really going against, you know, like Kakashi more than anything else. It was kind of like, all right, well, I have to do this to protect you guys. And because she's a bit calmer in this, I felt like it wasn't as entertaining. Like, she still does it a little, and that's why she goes on like the mission to, you know, get the couple to stop arguing. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, it just doesn't feel as entertaining when she's, you know, calmer about it. Like, she is calmer, so it wasn't as fun as it was in the last episode, at least for me personally. But those are my thoughts on it. Of course, would love to know what you guys thought about it, so please put your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know your favorite parts about it, least favorite parts about it, and of course, going into the next episode and this mini arc that we have in general, I think I did ask who you guys would want to see pop up, but as far as where they seem to be taking it, where it does focus piece by piece on Mirai developing as a character, I would love to know what you guys want to see as the end result of this mini arc. Like, do you think they'll actually implement her more into the story, which unfortunately I doubt. I think this is just them doing their classic filler move, but it's at least more entertaining because it's not fillers with the main characters. We get to see other people, which is how every show should probably do fillers, where it's like, if you're going to do fillers, at least give us content on characters we don't see as much. This show in particular, because we get the older versions of characters we already like, so that makes it like super easy for older fans like myself to be like, okay, at least this episode has somebody in it. But I would love to know what you guys want to see as the end result for this. I would love for her to be implemented more into the series. I just highly doubt that'll happen. I think they should do that, because obviously if they're taking a full arc and they're having, they're doing character development for a brand new character who is going through the paces of realizing that she is both her parents, because she's like, I mostly take after my mom in the hair. She's got her eyes, of course. She does the genjutsu. So I think that's a good development to have for a character who's growing. She's already at tuning level, and she's just now realizing like some of the stuff that she does that is more like her father. So I think that's a good element to follow for just any character, really. But unfortunately, I don't think it's really going to matter in the long run. It'll be super sweet. Maybe the next couple episodes, by the time we get to the end of this little mini arc, you'll be like, wow, that was really cool. They developed her well. And then it's just like, okay, see ya, back to the main kids. And it's like, I feel like that's what's going to happen. But hopefully we get some development for her, because we're going to see her show up a whole lot more in the series. That's my hope for it. My guess is it'll just go back to basics, unfortunately. But like I said, would love to know what you guys would want to see from the end of this arc. And of course, what you guys thought about this episode in general. So please put your comments down in the comment section below. And of course, thanks for watching.